Hey everyone, and welcome to a play-by-play chat, joined by the head coach of the Winslow football program, Kenny Scott. Kenny, what a season for the Winslow Township Eagles. Can you tell me what this season means to you and put it in perspective?
It means a lot to me, just from the perspective of me being an alumni of Winslow Township, a graduate of Winslow, coming through these walking these hallways, growing through this community. It was something that, we talked about in terms of being something that's never been done here before, in terms of winning a championship here. But at the same time, having the opportunity to showcase our program on a statewide level is something that I've talked about since 2018.
Winslow Township High School, the champions in Central Jersey Group 4.
Some of the keys this year have to be, some of the coaching that you brought in. Bill Belton, Christian Hackenberg in particular. What did they do for the offense this year, in particular with Hamas Duran, who took a huge step forward?
Well, you got two super innovative minds that have meshed together to work together to make our young men better. I always believe in having great minds around our kids, and what it meant for Hamas, it made Hamas that much better of a quarterback. It made Hamas more of a better decision maker, and we began to work. Coach Hackenberg and Coach Belton, they just put a plan together and began to work on Hamas from a mechanical standpoint, and you saw the fruit of that work.
And Duran dropping it in the bucket.
The running game was phenomenal too this year. Trey Thorpe, first 1,000-yard runner since your teammate, Sean Green, former New York Jet. Put in perspective what Trey Thorpe did this year for you guys.
Trey Thorpe you saw what he did throughout the playoffs, the production that he had in the playoffs for us. But I think he was just long overdue. He was a kid that, was easily underrated, easily overlooked. When you measure up a lot of the different backs across the New Jersey and South Jersey area. And he played with that chip on his shoulder, and you just saw him deliver when it mattered the most.
Trey Thorpe still moving, touchdown! His fourth!
Skill position players. You guys were loaded. Jimmy Wilson, Trey Simmons, among many. Cam Miller, just off the top of my head. But, there were so many places for Hamas Duran to go with the ball through the air. What did you do to get this talent out of this group of kids?
I think it's just we went to work. We really went to work. It really, I think it was just really putting them in situations where we had to, where greatness had to come out of them at some point. The way Hamas spread the ball around, you talk about Trey Simmons had 44 catches. The next in line was Jimmy with 36. And then you have Jacob with 30, and then Cam Miller with another 30. So it was the diversification of the football, the way it was spread around, it made it that much more harder to defend.
It wasn't just offense this year. Defense was phenomenal. Emerald Mitchell in particular stands out. Talk about the defense performance and Emerald Mitchell, who seemed to dish out the signals on the defensive side of the ball.
He was the brainchild of the defense. He was a kid that, he's a 4-year starter for us. He worked his tail off. But at the same time, he put together a great junior-senior campaign that, he was the leader of our defense from an intangible and a tangible standpoint. He was a missile to the football at all times. You couldn't make a play without having Emerald's name or mentioned within that play.
Throws over the middle. He's intercepted. Number 2 for Mitchell.
What does a season like this do for the program in the future?
I think it's a measuring stick for us. Now it tells us what's needed. It tells us now that there's no backward steps. I told our guys we're burning the bridges. There is no point of return back to what was marginal or average. Now we're listed amongst the names amongst the state, in terms of state champions. We're a champion.